My insurance paid my medical bills for my accident, and now when I just settled my case, they want their money back. So they really aren't paying my bills at all. Can they do that? That sounds fishy. How can they pay you and then take the payment back?
Short answer is absolutely they can do that. It's called subrogation. And this particular question is not in the employment context. This is, say, like a car wreck. And if you're involved in an accident, and let's say that you have $15,000 of medical bills, and Blue Cross or Aetna or Medicare or Medicaid, if they pay for your medical bills, your contract, it states that if you're injured because of the fault and negligence of someone else, number one. Number two, if you recover from that person or that person's insurance company, number two on that. Number three is you are required to pay them back, that they have a right of what we call subrogation, where they can come back and say, hey, you recovered for that, so we want our money back. That's why it's so imperative to talk to a lawyer. I had a lady a few months ago that called me. She settled with the other person's insurance company for $12,000. About 6 months later, she gets a letter from Blue Cross stating, hey, we heard you settled. We want our $10,000 back that we paid you, and technically she has to pay that. And so that's why it's important to go to a lawyer so they can look at all that and find out, because the other insurance company, they try to get you in a hurry. They want to pay you the least amount that they possibly can, and they're not going to necessarily tell you, well, you know, you may have to pay your health insurance company back. So talk to a lawyer, because they have a right to come back and collect on that.
Oh, I can't imagine that feeling, that like gut feeling that you would get, just like your heart sinks when you realize that you've settled and you still have to pay back the hospital or the provider.
Right, and this lady admitted that the reason she did it on her own, she didn't want to pay a lawyer. And that lawyer would have made sure that that settlement was big enough to pay everyone, including the subrogation. And so that's, you know, she tried to go the cheap way, and unfortunately it came back and it bit her.